It is on this list, and it is being played right now. So we have, for the University of Texas at Austin, Cwall spawning here in the bottom left corner, kind of down center left. Yellow Zerg. His opponent, the Terran on the opposite side, the teal Terran, is going to be Adagio, representing the University of Washington in St. Louis. That's a bit of a mouthful. I'd like to know the story behind that. The University of Washington in St. Louis.
Yeah, well, the University of Phoenix is everywhere, but I think that's probably a different system. But
Schools just like to expand.
that's
Schools
very
like
true.
to get as much learning as they can, make as much of a profit they can, and it is certainly a business, but nonetheless. So no silly six-pool going on by Cwall. We said he
No.
does like to play standard, and we're hoping to see that from him.
TVZ is a very good, interesting matchup when it goes to the, the macro stages and all that good stuff.
A little bit of an early expand coming, or not early expand, early
Just the drone
scout
scout.
coming out. Scouting at 13. Sometimes I prefer to scout after the hatch if I don't feel there's any 2-racks coming, if I don't see any SCVs slip out with my Overlord. Oh, a little bit of a lag there. Hope that wasn't me.
I'm not sure. It wasn't me, at least.
If it is anybody, we have said there are some University of Washington players who are observing, and we've said if there's any lag, then they'll drop right away.
Alright, so we have the barracks and the...
Oh, and I believe that Nesty may have just given a GG. We're going to
taking the
find
gas
out.
after the racks. Pretty standard timing.
Not gas first.
The gas after the racks.
Right. Walling off completely. Drone saw nothing. Came home. With nothing out of the ordinary. No 2-racks pressure, no proxy racks. As the SCV scout does come down.
Just standard as can be right now.
Which is entirely what we're expecting. So again, to all the viewers, thank you for your patience. Thanks for sticking around as long as you have to observe all the fun and enjoy everything going on. Sorry that it did take a little bit, but apparently Cwall was busy beforehand, so. Adagio scouting around, seeing what he can see. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Starting a factory now. See if he starts to pop a reactor on that barracks.
We'll have to see. As soon as that Marine comes out, we will know. Drone transfer down to the natural. Again, nothing out of the ordinary. Very, very standard. Couple of queens right on the way, and the mineral slipped down to 0. So man, Cwall had that down. He got a great timing.
Yep, there goes the reactor.
Alright, so it will be reactored Hellions on the way out?
And that's fairly standard in this matchup as well.
Oh, absolutely. In fact, it looks like, no, he won't have the time. I was going to say he might have time to slip out a Hellion, but he decides, nope, not going to cut it. A couple of Zerglings pop out to chase away the scouting SCV.
Oh, 2 queens, Zergling speed on the way. Looks like we're going to see a nice game here.
I like where the Overlord's parked for Cwall. He can very, very easily move over to check for any kind of an expand and probably cut back onto this little hidden high ground away from any Marines.
Ah, that's very good. I didn't notice that.
Not get any lost supply blocks there.
We're going to have a reactored Hellion to expand from Adagio now.
Nothing out of the ordinary, but not gas heavy at all. So I am wondering, I mean, he's gotten the reactor core in the tech lab, so I'm wondering where's he going to go with that gas? Is he going to go into mech play, or is he going to try to drop more for the bio? Certainly be able to see that as soon as the expand comes out.
Yep, and he chooses to go for STEM.
He did spot the command center when he ran the Zergling up, so he knows that there's an expand coming. I don't think he didn't see the tech lab itself. He didn't see that at all.
Oh, Adagio's got a bit of a supply block here. I was wondering why he still wasn't producing Hellions, but there you go.
A little misstep on his end. However, he's got a supply depot that's just finishing up along with his command center. 2 queens at the front door for the Zerg are going to very well defend this. And a spine crawler to make sure nothing gets up that ramp. Another one down by the mineral line. Oh, losing a Hellion there. Not really characteristic.
Just a bit of a misstep, but not a huge loss at this point. And still, we can see that that Zerg production starting to ramp up with the 2 hatcheries with the full injects.
Yes, Cwall is approaching a bit of a supply block. He doesn't have any Overlords producing. He's still 3 down from his cap. A little awkward. Ooh, good catch on the Hellion behind the brush. to stop a creep tumor from going out, and that did burn the tumor itself.
That's definitely what you want to do early on, stem that creep flow.
Especially just parking Hellions outside, they're real quick, they can slip away. Macro hatch is going down, and I like how this little wall is formed in the Zerg side of the base, really kind of channeling things over by that spine crawler.
Oh, definitely. One thing you really got to be careful of is those Hellion run-bys. They are very fast.
No lair tech yet on the way. Back in the Terran base, saturating that natural, sitting down a bunker, and he does certainly have tanks out, so he did that swap that I missed earlier, along with +1 for the infantry just starting up.
And here's what the Zergs are known to do. Once we see that there's no pressure coming, just keep expanding.
Oh yes. Do you have 37 drones? I'm sorry, 42 drones to 30 SCVs. So, man, Cwall is really going to feel that economy shooting up. And in fact, he's losing a little bit of his macro control. Really needs to start dumping those minerals, maybe even just into overlords. Even though he's 20 supply down, he does have another evolution chamber that just started up. Oh, and he's got, there we go, pulling some extra harvesters off the gas.
Not going for that +1/+1 on the melee and the carapace.
Lair is going down. Terran base, Terran is still just, Marine tank. Absolutely normal coming out. Siege tech working on the way as well as combat shields. No secondary, or second engineering bay to help with that +1 armor yet on the Terran for the Marines, which can be so helpful against the Zerglings, not so much against the Banelings at times.
Yeah, Baneling that's just going down. I was about to remark that it was kind of strange that we haven't seen that yet. But it looks like he's going to time that with the lair and just start that centrifugal hooks as soon as it finishes.
That'll be perfect timing. 1-1 about halfway down for the Zerg player. Oh, armory going down as well for the Terran player. We'll look to go right into those Thors, maybe a little early on, and as well as the second engineering bay there. Get that second upgrade going. He may look for some early Thors for a real quick shutdown against Mutalisks. Maybe incur more of a... there's the Infestor pit going down right next to the Baneling nest. So we are going to see...
That armory is also important because it unlocks the +2 upgrades.
In fact,
we'll see if that's where he decides to go.
He was targeting that second engineering bay, just waiting to get... just waiting for that gas, and he'll probably go for that +2. 65 drones to 43 SCVs. As we see our Terran player moving out here, Marine tank push with that +1 that's just finished, but we do have a whole lot of Banelings morphing. In fact, they just finished. Centrifugal hooks not being researched yet, but 16 Zerglings did pop out of the way, and if you can get a good surround, then you'll really pin up against those Banelings.
Oh, and the +1 melee just about to finish. This is going to be a really great timing for Cwall.
He's moving in. He doesn't have that speed that's so crucial. Some Marine splits trying to happen, but oh wow, 2 Banelings kill about 16 Marines. Really, really crush the entire support. And now, yeah.
Oh, and the Zergling's chasing down the tanks. He may get all of these before they get back to the base. That would be a huge loss.
He needs a micro to get that surround. He got 1, 2, 3, 4 of the tanks, 4 of the 5. Even gets the surround of the Marines. Just with all these Zerglings, he has how many Zerglings on the field? 69 out. Gets this siege tank before it could fire off even a single volley. Working on the supply depots.
Supply lead.
Oh wow, Cwall in just such a good position. Those Banelings crushing those Marines, and now we have mass repairs trying to stop one supply depot from falling, but the other one completely ignored by the SCVs. Zerglings slipping in now, clearing out the mineral line of the natural. That is GG.